Hey, what I'd like to do is take a few minutes now, and you can look in your notes. I'm going to give, kind of unpack the video a little further by giving you just kind of 5 principles to take a look at. First, probably the biggest one for you pastors is Life Ready is pro-church. I just want you to know that the focus of Life Ready is on the church. You know, the church is central to everything God is doing. That's a theological truth. But in a more practical vein, I want you to know that all the surveys that are taking place around America always say that people, even people outside the church, look to the church for direction and for help and encouragement when it comes to their marriage and their family. So the church is still a great draw. But even more practically, one of the things we've discovered, and it's been really exciting to see that within every church, your church guys, there are lay people who have a passion for an aspect of marriage and family. They're just sitting there, and many of them are sitting there wishing they had something in their hands that they could go use to be a difference maker. But if they don't have the tools that they think really impact, then they tend to get passive. So what we're trying to do is step up on the side of the church and say, hey, we're pro-church. We want to take advantage of not only the theological truth, but the practical realities and encourage people to do this marriage and family ministry for themselves. Back to that holy grail of equipping people to do the work of ministry to the building up of the body of Christ. Secondly, Life Ready seeks to build healthy, God-honoring marriages and families, but not, and that's the key word, not on the backs of pastors or their staffs. Guys, one of the things I told you last night, Life Ready is not about you doing anything more than just being here today. After today, I would hope that if some of these tools actually encourage you, it will encourage you by you not doing more, but actually doing less. Most pastors, as you know, are wearing a multitude of hats. And that multitude of hats means you can only give so much to one thing. But a passionate layperson who is really excited in building into young couples or young families or training people for evangelism or helping students know how to go to college, and they really catch that vision, as I've seen some do, they become a tremendous asset of unburdening you when it comes to local church ministry, especially in the things that are so fundamental to the vitality and health of a local church, and that is healthy marriages and families. So if you don't hear anything else today, please hear this, that Life Ready seeks to unburden pastors and unleash lay people. Third statement is this: Life Ready follows that Genesis outline that you saw in the video. We're about doing 4 things, and 4 things only. We're about building healthy men and women as men and women. We're about building healthy marriages, healthy families, and then helping all of those learn in a basic way how to share their faith, either with a non-Christian, new Christian, or just a Christian who has no theological foundations. That's what we're about. Just those 4 things, nothing more. But I want you to hear this, nothing less. But what we want to do is do those things very, very well. And hopefully to have a church where that fundamental kind of foundation building that's important to every church, because the social foundation of every church is its marriages and families. That's why Genesis starts with the family, not the church. It's that social foundation. But if you can do those things very, very well in an ongoing way, you create a tremendous energy for your church that then begins to not only bless the church, but exude that influence into the community. So Life Ready is about those 4 things. Fourthly, Life Ready is about training requiring commitment. And on your notes, if you just do this as a reminder, would you just circle that one? Life Ready is about training requiring commitment. I don't know what comes to your mind when you hear the word training. We probably have different images, but the one thing we do know is that anybody who's being trained has a more serious approach.